As soon as I said it, I hadn't talked to Bron at all about this. As soon as I saw him say it, excuse me, Bob was up here that day. And Bob was like, oh yeah, I work with Stephen A tomorrow. I'm in got y'all game tonight. I'm in the studio tomorrow, something Stephen A and Malika. And I was like, oh, you make sure you tell Stephen A that I have zero respect for what he said yesterday.
Draymond Green has a way of turning almost any LeBron James conversation into a full-blown event, and this time it happened again. In early 2026, Green stepped up to defend LeBron after reports suggested Lakers Governor Jeanie Buss had been frustrated with James over the Bronny situation, and he also publicly pushed the NBA to make sure LeBron got into the All-Star game despite a slow start to the season. That might sound like a routine show of support from a longtime friend, but in today's NBA, nothing involving LeBron stays routine for long. The comments lit up social media, split fans all over again, and reminded everyone that Draymond saying something nice about LeBron is never just a simple compliment. It becomes a debate instantly.
It is what it is. And people going to complain about, like, oh man, y'all friends, and but like, best of friends work at Google and Apple.
Right.
Like, best of friends, one of them work at Twitter and one of them work at Facebook.
Right. It happens everywhere.
But like, somebody work at McDonald's and somebody work at Taco Bell.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, but it's not an issue. It's like, oh, that's cool. But because ours is on display in front of the world, then it's like, oh, it's an issue.
The specific Bronny angle gave the story extra heat. ESPN's Baxter Holmes report said Jeanie Buss allegedly felt LeBron should have been more grateful after the Lakers drafted Bronny, and Draymond reacted directly to that claim on his podcast. He basically asked whether LeBron was supposed to bow down and kiss the ring, and he pushed back on the idea that Bronny was just handed something without earning it. Green said Bronny had done work to become who he is, and reminded people that the son had been a top recruit and a real prospect in his own right. In other words, Draymond was not only defending LeBron, but he was also defending the whole James family against the idea that they should apologize for the Lakers drafting Bronny. That alone would have been enough to create noise, but Green did not stop there. Around the same time, he also came out forcefully in LeBron's All-Star defense, telling the NBA to figure it out and make sure James got selected despite being lower in the fan vote and having played only 14 games at that point. Green said LeBron is one of the faces of the league and that there was no world where he should be left off the roster. The message was blunt enough that it did not sound like a soft endorsement. It sounded like a challenge to the league and to anybody arguing that LeBron's status should be treated like a normal player's.
Knowing that this is basketball and I'm going to lead this basketball court, and what happens on this basketball court should probably stay on this basketball court. But there becomes a line that you get to and you cross that line and it no longer stays there. It's now off the basketball court. And that's the line that I've tried to learn not to cross. As far as us being as tight as we are, like, that's my big brother. Love him to death. And ain't nothing changing that. Like, our relationship is the only thing changing it is our relationship continues to grow.
That kind of defense is exactly why Draymond gets such a strong reaction from fans. He is not just praising LeBron from a safe distance. He is saying the quiet part out loud in a way that feels aggressive to both sides. Supporters hear loyalty and respect. Critics hear bias and overprotection. Operation Sports reported that when Green made the All-Star comments, the online reaction got sharp fast, with some fans backing him and others accusing him of blind loyalty. One of the harder responses called him a bootlicker, which tells you just how personal these LeBron debates become the second Draymond enters the room.
A lot of problems that guys have with media is to call something that man did bullshit and weak. Like, those are words like where we grew up.
Yeah.
Like, you get hands put on you where we grew up and those types of words. So I think the problem that people have with media is you go on there and you like, oh, that's weak. Like, weak? Like, calling another man weak? Like, that's not basketball.
The funny part is that Green is not coming from nowhere. He and LeBron have had one of the most layered rivalries in modern basketball. They were on opposite sides of the 2016 finals, where Green's flagrant foul and later suspension became part of the most famous comeback in NBA history. Years later, the two men are close enough that Draymond will publicly protect LeBron in situations where many other former rivals would stay quiet. That shift is one reason every LeBron-Draymond conversation carries so much baggage. Fans remember the battles, remember the trash talk, remember the rivalry, and then they see Green now acting like one of LeBron's loudest defenders. It is enough to make people suspicious before he even finishes the sentence. That suspicion gets worse because Draymond has a reputation for being brutally honest when he wants to be, so when he sounds protective of LeBron, people immediately think there must be another motive. But the actual words he used were not subtle. In the All-Star discussion, Green said LeBron is still who he is to this league, that he started the season hurt, and that the league should basically sort the rest out. In the Bronny discussion, he argued that people act like LeBron should be on his knees thanking everybody for drafting his son, when in reality, the Lakers also got a player who had been a legitimate recruit and had worked to get better. That is not just friendship, that is a direct challenge to the way critics framed the whole situation.
Which is actually what Brian was saying in the first place, like, let's keep it basketball, because calling a man weak, that's not basketball. And you're paid to talk about basketball. You call Brian weak for stepping to you, but you're taking shots at him as a father on TV, behind a camera. Most would say that's weak.
And yet the fan backlash came fast because people are already divided on LeBron himself. Some fans think he still deserves automatic respect because of what he has done for the league, while others are tired of the constant special treatment they believe follows him everywhere. When Draymond speaks up, that division gets louder, not quieter. Operation Sports highlighted that one fan basically praised Green's point that LeBron still belongs in the All-Star conversation, while another response went nuclear and attacked Green for being overly loyal. That split is the whole story in miniature. Draymond thinks he's defending a legend. A huge chunk of the internet thinks he's just adding fuel to the LeBron protection narrative. There is also a larger context here that makes Draymond's defense feel strategic, even if it is not. LeBron entered 2026 still producing at an elite level, but dealing with age, injury management, and the usual "is this the year" retirement chatter that follows him everywhere. One recent report even quoted Green suggesting he would not be surprised if LeBron retired after the season, which only shows how often Draymond's name and LeBron's future end up in the same sentence. The league treats LeBron's every decision like a public referendum, and Green keeps walking into that fire to say he still belongs at the center of the conversation. That is why the fan reaction is so intense. People are not only reacting to what Draymond said, they are reacting to what he represents. For some fans, he is the truth teller who will say what others are afraid to say about LeBron's greatness. For others, he is the guy who cannot resist defending his friend, even if it makes him look too close to the situation to be objective. And because he has a long history of public commentary, from criticism of rivals to praise for teammates and friends, the reaction to each new LeBron take is always going to be exaggerated. He is the rare NBA voice who can trigger a full argument with a few words and a shrug. The other layer to this is that Green's comments were happening while the Lakers were under a microscope for very different reasons. LeBron's role with the Lakers has been debated for years, and the Bronny situation only added another complicated chapter. When Draymond jumped in to defend the decision to draft Bronny and to push back on the ungrateful framing, he was really defending the idea that star players do not owe the public a performance of gratitude every time an organization makes a family-based move. That may be a fair point, but the internet does not reward nuance. The second a player like Draymond sounds like he is taking LeBron's side, people start acting like he has joined LeBron's PR team. What makes all of this work for a video like this is the tension between the words and the reaction. Draymond clearly believes he is standing up for LeBron in situations where the criticism has gotten lazy or unfair. He thinks LeBron's All-Star case does not need to be debated like a normal player's, and he thinks people are acting like the Lakers did James some sacred favor by drafting Bronny, when in his view, Bronny also earned his way into the league conversation. But fans heard it and immediately turned it into something else. To them, it sounded like one of the league's most outspoken players once again refusing to let LeBron face criticism on his own. That is what made the backlash explode. And to be fair, that is probably why Draymond keeps getting pulled into these debates. He knows the league, he knows LeBron personally, and he knows exactly how to land a quote that will keep the conversation moving for days. But with LeBron, there is never a clean line between support and over-defense. Every compliment can sound like favoritism. Every defense can sound like spin. Every attempt to shut down criticism just reminds people how emotionally invested they already are in the argument. That is why Green got destroyed online, not because he said anything outrageous by NBA standards, but because he chose to say it about the one player whose defenders and critics are always ready to go to war.
What I'm here to tell people is you probably shouldn't concern yourself with that, because there's nothing you can do about it, and it doesn't affect your life.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I go out and lose this game, it don't affect your life. Unless you decided to put money on it, and that's your issue. Mm-hmm. And even if I go win this game, doesn't really affect your life. Mm-hmm. And so to worry about what I do outside of that, you probably should save yourself the time and invest it elsewhere.
So in the end, this was never just Draymond defends LeBron. It was Draymond stepping into two very sensitive debates at once, LeBron's All-Star status and LeBron James LeBron drama. He made the case that LeBron still deserves special treatment because of who he is, and he pushed back on the idea that the Lakers were somehow owed a gratitude speech for drafting Bronny. Fans heard that and fired back hard, with the backlash turning the whole thing into another chapter in the never-ending LeBron discussion. The message from Draymond was clear. The message from the internet was even clearer. Nobody is neutral when LeBron James is the topic.
Out in the open, this looks like a simple basketball debate. Underneath it, though, it's really about loyalty, legacy, and how much special treatment a legend should still get at this stage of his career. Draymond chose to defend his friend. Fans chose to light him up for it. And that is exactly why this story took off. It was not just a comment. It was another reminder that in the LeBron universe, every voice gets judged, every opinion gets magnified, and every defense can become a disaster if the internet decides it has heard enough. Share your thoughts in the comment section below.